Today we are going to work on block 14. I'm doing this in a 12-inch block. I need more 12-inch blocks. Well, actually I don't need more 12-inch blocks. It's sort of perfectly fit right now, but I think this works great for a 12-inch block, and I didn't want to do super tiny half square triangles. These are tiny enough. Thank you very much. All right, everybody. This block is called Summer Breeze, and it's by Joanna Figueroa, and you can go to the blog, obviously, and get the block. So I'm going to tip you up and get going. I know, it's so amazing that I'm here early. This way maybe nobody's getting seasick when I put this on here. I don't know, is that enough area? There we go. All right, I have my ruler ready to trim things up if I need it. These are the fabrics I chose. I use this cream. I'm not using any of the off-white background. Oh, good morning, Laura. I'm not using any of the off-white background. This is going to be my background. I'm using the navy stars. So we're going to see it. Maybe it won't work, just like I didn't think the other one worked, but I'm going to put this together, how it comes out. And then I'm using the beige. Okay, so I'm going to lay it out. The way this works is one block, you can see it on the background here. This one block repeats 4 times. So I'm just going to lay it out and sew 4 blocks and then put it together. That's how I'm going to work it. Ooh, thank you. It's Land's End. I actually got it at the end. We went up to Freeport on our boat, and last summer on our trip, we went into, actually, we went up to see the boat. That's when we did it. We drove up to see the boat being built because we didn't get the boat till the end of the season. And on the way back, we stopped at Land's End, and I bought this shirt, and I'm just so in love with it. And I had hardly any of the season to wear it last year. So, and now that I've lost weight, it looks even better on me. So, all right, so here we go, setting up the blocks. Hey Sharon, good morning. So here we go. This one, all right, I made a head because I think it's boring to watch me sew all the half square triangles. And I meant to save one to go through the whole thing again about how to make them, but every week we do this, so I don't think you really need me to do that. So now I'm gonna just place them on this. It won't fit initially because they all have to go together. So I'm gonna stack them for the same and then chain piece. So these are the triangle squares I did have to cut in half because it's just one piece that goes on there, if that makes sense. And now this goes with, this is always like, oh, let's put this the right way, I guess. No, it goes up like, oh, I have this wrong. This goes like this. There we go. Then, oh, here we go. Let's put the big ones in here. I really should pay attention to what I'm doing. This goes here like this. These all go, this has to move down because these go on here. This ends up fitting onto this like this. So this goes like this. There we go. Two, three, 4 of those are all those. I think I did 5 of those. Because I lost one and then I found it. 1, 2, 3. I could pick these up and do them in groups of 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So, Laura, oh, can't see whole block. Oh, good, thank you. How's that? Is that better? Much. It's suppose if I sat down, I could kind of see what you see. I have to like arch way back. That's good. Thank you for letting me know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So there's the block. We're going to make this block. That's my iron turning off, but I guess it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to sew this section together, then this section, and I'm going to make this whole half. And so the two halves together. So I'm going to start by sewing these together and flipping them up so that I don't get them lost in the direction that they need to go. So here we're taking a little leap of faith here today because I was sewing masks. I was finishing up a bunch for the church that I was making out of their fabric that they had made by Spoonflower, which is super dense. And I just had an 80 needle in, and I've actually been sewing with them all along, but I think the needle, as my husband pointed out to me, the needle probably finally fatigued and it broke. And I was, well, I could set up my embroidery machine to just sew. This is, oh, okay. So I couldn't find the tip that broke off. Turned my machine upside down, I cleaned it, I shaked it out. I put in a 90 needle to finish the sewing. And it sewed fine. It was kind of hard to tell if it was making a noise because I had the TV on and my long arm on. And I was like, what am I gonna do? So it was a little freak out moment, and but I did fine. It seems to be sewing fine. So, and then I switched over to the, this is an 80 needle. I wasn't gonna sew this together with a 90 needle, so I put a Microtex 80 in here for today, and it seems to be sounding just fine. So hopefully, but if we hear something horrible noise, we know that the machine found that tip. Probably should reach out to Phyllis. I don't know if she's on, but if she comes on, then maybe she can clean my machine for me and find the metal tip. I thought about using a magnet, but I don't have a little magnet to reach in there. So we'll see. Oh, I did see, there's the fifth one because I found it. All right, let us press these first 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, because then we can add the other piece to it, or I can actually start the other pair. I'll press these so they're all ready to rock and roll. Okay, here's these set and ready to rock and roll. Can't believe they had us cut this triangle piece so big, but they did. It's just huge. So anyway, we're gonna attach these to the, but I cut it as per the directions. So this Friday, Laura, do you remember, I know that you took, oh, is your IDT on? No, because I changed my foot. Good thing you're here this morning. Let's put that, oops, let's put that up, get that on. It'll make it so much better. Just like rush to get ready. Laura, we went, Cheryl Lynch, her, I took classes with her. She was so sick when we did it with some kind of cold or something, at Road to California. Well, she's offering a Zoom class on the mosaics that she does, those mini mosaics, which I swore I would never cut little tiny pieces, but I have a, I'm going to show you guys. I have a, I bought one of her patterns because I put stuff in front of it, of course. The lighthouse. And that's not what she's teaching. She's teaching sunglasses and something else, but it doesn't matter. I've been afraid to start it because it's like so out of my comfort zone. And but I'm taking her class this Friday, the Zoom class. We will see how it goes. This Friday's class, the work is put on a canvas, and I signed up, and for my money, I got a canvas, all the batik fabric already cut in little teeny tiny squares, tweezers, and fusible stuff. And I don't know. Who knows? It may be a hot mess. It may be good. You guys, I'll keep you posted. But that is the plan. All right, I'm going to press these open. Now they're starting to look like they're going to fit. I suppose I should look at the directions. I'm just sewing this because I think I know what I'm doing. And clearly I don't. But so far I'm doing it correctly. This is good. I'm going to just clip some of these apart because the other ones are going to look just like it. And I want to put them in the right place so I'll know where that first one goes. And looking to see if she gives pressing directions. You said press. I'm sure I pressed them the way she said. So these go right here. All right. I saw what she was doing with the. It looked fun. I can't wait. Oh, I know. I almost called you, Laura, and said let's do it together. And then I went, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. And that last minute I did it, and you had to decide by Saturday in order to get it done. And I said, oh, I didn't want to pressure you. So I'll reach out next time. Maybe it would have been fun to do it together. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it though. I really just want to learn her technique. I don't know what I'm gonna hang the piece, but we'll see how it comes out. We'll see if I like it. Who knows? Who knows? I'm going to clip this one, even though it's clear now to my little pea brain how they're different. Okay, there we go. So let's finish sewing these on. My machine is happier now that I have the IDT on. Go figure. When I get the block done, I'm gonna share with you what I'm working on with for the show. My show got moved. It was originally going to be August 8th to September or something. And now, I just assumed actually that they would have, that there would be no show at all because of the corona, and or it would be pushed out for a year, and then it would be next summer would be the show. But no, they just moved it to the next slot, and I don't know if that's because whoever had that slot then canceled. So now my show starts September 26th, and now I have to really get with the program and make sure that I have everything up and going. It's not just mine, it's mine and Nora Fox. And I'm meeting with her on Thursday, and we're going to go over our plan. Well, that didn't be so happy. I don't know why. There we go. Must have been pushing it. So anyway, we're going to decide on a plan. We're doing a challenge where Peter picks 3 fabrics from my stash, and Alexander picks 3 fabrics from her stash, and we have to make a 36 by 36 quilt that fits the theme by hand and by sea. And we have to incorporate, it's just like a regular guild challenge thing where you have to incorporate a piece of the, you have to have a usable amount of all the fabrics. So there'll be 6 fabrics in the quilt top, and we can add whatever we want. So who knows, it's going to be a hot mess, but it'll be fun. All right, I'm pressing these last sections. Okay, so that goes there, and that goes there, and I'm thinking I'll trim that piece off after I sew it on, maybe. Let's see how that fits. Actually, I'm just going to trim. I'm going to just trim these right now because they're driving me batty. So I'm just going to cut them right in line, given the way I pressed them. There we go. So we'll have more time just to chat this morning because I got so much ready, and I want to show you. I'll pull up the next blocks for the, yes, I can talk, the sew along. This one looks, because it's just the way it hit in the light part of it, I keep thinking it's on backwards, but it's not. Okay, that was the piece that was there. Okay, now, and that's the same way. See how much lighter it is? I should put the lighter one there, but I'm not going to. It's just doing it the way it fell. Putting it on here. I see, I think, why she wanted them pressed the other way. But I don't think it's going to matter too much. There we go. We really want it going the other way. Let's not take both of these at the same time. Maybe we will flip them. I just have to flip them. It's making more sense. Okay. There we go. I think it's lying flatter this way. I'll have 2 bumpy ones and 2 flat ones. I could turn them around. We'll see. All right. I haven't heard from Claudia recently. Has anybody? Hi, Donna. So glad that you're here this morning. All right. Just gonna run this through. Press it and let's just see where we're at with this. And she says to press that towards the triangle. I'll press it in towards the triangle this way. Now, okay, you guys, I think this is too small because it's going to cut off this point right here without it dropping down the 1/4 inch. So if something went wrong, maybe I cut the wrong size triangle, but it was D, 3 7/8. We'll measure that baby. And looks like it's too short. Looks like it's 6/8. So you know what? We're going to take these out. We're going to press these back the other way. And we're going to recut those squares. Here's hoping I have a big enough piece. Alrighty. Plenty, plenty, plenty. And I just need 2, so I will double this over, get everything out from underneath. And given that I can square it up, let's not use the half. Maybe that was my problem before. All right. Put that right together there. Rotate this. And I'll cut it bigger so that I can square it up. 3 7/8 is just a hair smaller than 4. I do not know what happened. Okay. I don't know if you can see it, but 3 7/8. 3 7/8. Luckily, this has the little, I love this ruler. It has the little angles right on the 7/8 part. So, save our extras. And cut it on the diagonal. And there we go. So now, where are the pieces that need to be ripped out? Let's just compare it. Let's just see how much off I was. Well, enough to make a difference, clearly. So let's just sit and rip. I can tell you what I can just chat while you watch me seam rip. So the first thing I'm going to do, work on after I finish, well, for the show, I'm going to take I'm just going to commit 1 day a week to making masks, and the rest of the time I'm going to work on pieces. I have some paper piece blocks of lighthouses, so I'm going to work on those to make some small wall hanging. One is lighthouses on the Chesapeake, and the other is just lighthouse, lighthouse and a boat. It's very simple. I think it's a MHD, I think is the company. They make really great paper piece patterns, and so I'm just using their blocks. And I guess I'll be sweeping my floor when I'm done pulling all these little nurdles on the floor. So anyway, the other thing I'm going to do is, I don't know if you guys remember, it was a long time ago. Laura probably remembers because she's seen it, and Sharon, you might because you were in the guild. I did a signal flag. I made blocks with all the signal flags, and it became a big thing. I made big ones and little ones. I drafted them on, well, I had a pattern for the little ones, and they were paper pieced, and so the papers are gone. I didn't save it. I made it for my husband for his birthday so we could put it on the boat, and I put fleece on the back, and we still have it. It's like falling apart. It's a crepe quilt, the lighthouse. I put a lighthouse paper pieced block in the center that I printed online somewhere, and then, you know, I had to set up a pattern, but anyway, I made that quilt. And then when I was working and doing shows at the yacht club, the Boston Yacht Club, I thought, how cool. I made one that was just a straight alphabet, and I put on there, I can spell anything. So, because I thought people would custom order the quilts, but no. And then I drafted them on electric quilt, eQuilt, and I made all the blocks, and I have it up on the computer. It's saved it. And I am going to go up and re-look at the size blocks I did for the big ones, but I wanted to make a smaller one because I can't have all big quilts in the show. Just won't work, and plus people won't buy them. People just don't want to spend that kind of money, and everything has to be for sale, and the idea is to make money for the arts. So they take a percentage of everything that sells. So Phyllis got in the mail from somebody a pattern. Somebody did all the math. Like, how amazing is that they did? I gotta remember which ones are the big ones and which ones are the little ones. That's kind of silly of me. That's the big ones. So they have the seams on them. So anyway, they did the math, but they only did them in sizes where the math works perfectly, which makes sense, you know. So it's 6, 9, 12, 18, kind of get it. Because all the signal flags are done proportionally, just like the burgees at the yacht club. It's all done mathematically proportionally so that you can tell if somebody's faking a flag or something, I guess. I don't know why. But, and people dress their boats with them and spell stuff with them. So I was like, that's really kind of cool. So I'm going to make like a table runner that says by hand and by sea with the 6-inch blocks. And then we can hang it as a banner coming into the show, because that's what the show is called, by hand and by sea. And I'm going to make a quilt of all the flags. And I might do some of the numbers are harder because they have more angles, but I might do some of the numbers too for the back, just for fun. Maybe I'll put the year of the show on the back of the quilt. So I'm started to work on that, and I actually, believe it or not, I am such a pack rat, which I know Laura's seen, and most of you guys who've been to my house and stuff have seen that. I just save everything. I've started to get good at not saving things. And I found the original fabric, what was left of it. Oh my gosh, all the Moda marbles. That's a million years ago that Moda marbles were a big thing. Do you guys remember? I don't even know. Was it like 2000 maybe? 20 years ago? I have all the original fabric. I'll just show you really quick. because I paper pieced the angles. So I started, but that's the background that I used for Peter's quilt. So it's older than, and that's the red for the red signal flag. Oh my gosh, that's part of the first one. So funny. Okay. Oh, long enough it took me to iron. My iron went to sleep. I mean to steam it. There we go. Waking it up. So now let's try and put this back together. Lay them back out. 1, 2, 3, 4. This goes here. This looks better. Look at that. So much happier. All right, and then this is going to go on top. So let's just flip this right here. All right. Something new is blooming. It's just killing me, my nose. It's like, really, people? I know when the lilacs bloomed. My mom was super allergic to them, and when we lived in Ohio, there was a lot. She left the tree in the yard. It's beautiful. I love lilacs. It bloomed. It was right outside my window, and the branch got so big that I would pull it in. I could open my window and pull the branch in, and oh, I can flip this one now. Then I can flip the ones that I didn't flip. I would pull the branch in, and my poor mother would suffer. But I was a brat, and I didn't care. I think, I don't know. I'm not, and I just loved it, and I just thought it smelled so good. And now I'm equally as allergic to them as she is. Payback's horrible. All right, well, this looks like it's working better anyway. Maybe not perfectly. Maybe I should have cut it 4 inches. Just given myself the gift of the extra 8. Because it's not like hanging right on the corner there, but on the 1/4 inch. But I don't want to pull it because I don't want the bias hanging out. All right. Now let's see if this works better. You have enough to even cut a bigger square. It would sort of end the reign of this color though. All right, let's press this baby. I think it'll be all right. It's going to be a little narrow, but we can adjust that in the seam allowance. At least I don't think we'll lose the point now. Must not have perfectly cut it down the middle because these two are shorter and these two are longer, but I'm going to put the top on first. The other side. There we go. It's looking good though, I think. Hey, Donna, has school ended for the kids in Swampscott? Are you like, is homeschooling done? Because I know you were homeschooling. You were doing some of the homeschooling, right? I think for your grandkids. My neighbor, I think Marblehead ends like in a week and a half or something. I don't know. My neighbor said something about a week and a half. My next door neighbor, because she's been doing the homeschooling for her grandkids. They've been coming over every morning, and they've been doing all the school work with them, and which is good. She's She's having a lot of fun with the kids, but she's ready to be done. Me, I'm making masks. Making them for Jess and Dave because they both have to wear them for their jobs every day, and I'm just grateful that they have a job. I'm grateful that my husband's company has work right now. We're still working on the JetBlue promotion, and the fun part is when they get to send out the emails to the winners. Okay. That's at least I think it's the fun part. That was my favorite part when I got permission to do the hand out the winners stuff. We did the NASCAR promotion. I think it was NASCAR anyway. Pulled that out. That might have slipped a little. Let's see how this one looked, because this one felt like it slipped when I did it. I'm just going to peek. If I mush that up, I'm going to press it really quick. Okay. There's one of them. I'm going to stick it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because I'm sewing the other ones, but just wondering how it's going to lay on there. Pin this. I'm just going to match it here. Pin it on. Shows up a little bit there. Interesting. One side more than the other. I think. I'll just trim this baby right here. This might be a mistake, you guys. And we'll see how it. I think I just flew a pin up there because I have the pin for this. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Alright, let's just see how it goes. I'll run this baby through. It's really important in this part not to pull or stretch because this is all on the bias. And so I'm just trying to let the feed dogs take it through. This is when the IDT really makes a big difference. So I'm going to press these all. You'll get to see one square. Put that with the extra fabric. One square done. We'll see how it looks. All right, let's just press it up. let's just see. Hold my breath. Okay, I think I have to adjust this one section because it's dropped down. It fits perfectly here, but here it's dropped down, and I should have matched that with a pin. So I will fix that, and the other ones I will pin and stitch through. So let's just pin these. Wow, Siege at full time. It's pretty amazing. Now look how this one dropped down. It should hit right through these two points. See how far down that is. It's like a 1/4 inch away. All right, we'll see how that goes. That's going to be a very narrow seam there. I might have to double stitch that. Okay. See how this one goes. All right. That one lined up beautifully. This one's going to be a drop down again. These were the ones that were smaller, but they fit 1/4 inch away. This is another one that's up a little bit. So when I put it up there, and it did make it easier for me to stitch from that other side. Just hung out just a little bit. Okay. This one's not going to be quite as scant. I don't know what happened to that one. You know, this is the good, bad, and the ugly, and this one I need to fix to here. So I will just rip that out so that I can stitch them all. They'll all be done. Not quite sure how to do that without it really making it too small. Alright, I'll have to think about that one. It's going to make it too small, so I might have to just redo the whole thing. My neighbors are also putting in an above ground pool for the summer because no camps, I guess, for the kids to go to. Easier to entertain them. So they have and their daughter's backyard is completely sloped. Oh, that pin is not doing any good. You have to hold it right there and not stretch it. Tricky. All right, let's see how horrible this is. Two that are not so good. let's just check these out. All right, press these. Okay, these worked, but I'm going to try and fix this one really quick while you guys are watching, because we need to figure it out. So I'm just going to rip it back and hopefully not stretch it too much, and see if we can. I know it's not quite at the 1/4 of an inch there, but that is way too far. So I think I just need, and the navy's sticking out beyond. So it's not the light blue piece that's wrong. It's the other one that I just brought it, didn't match it up. So we'll see how it goes. Just take it halfway back. And try not to. Okay, now let's pull the extra thread off here. And let's see. Let's make the navy part match. Yeah, see, that's better. All right, let's pull it back. Actually, let's press it flat. And it is bigger slightly. So could sew it, trim this little bit off like I did on the other ones, which made it match. Okay, now oh, interesting. It'll be closer. Not perfect, but who's perfect? Not me. All right, let's press this open. All right, it's still off. This was like rocked or something, but we're ready to go. Let's put the 4 pieces together, make it all work out. And this goes like a pinwheel in the center. There we go. So flip these babies. Pin it. And then we'll do the pressing so that it does the little whirl in the middle. And so on the side, just like it was. Well, this took me longer than I thought it would. All right, here we go. Oh, I don't have my needle down. There we go. Now that works better. I love how when you're putting a block together and you start with lots of pieces, and eventually now we're down to 2 seams, and then we're down to 1 seam. It just feels good. Oh, this is going in only partially. Oh. Okay. All right, now I will press this, and the trick is to press them both the same way so that they nest. And I think it makes sense to press it with a light on top, because there will be less bulk. Oh no. Oh yeah. No. Okay, you guys, that's so funny. I flipped it because I wanted to sew with the other on top. Okay, so this one's right. And this one's wrong. So funny. I like that. It's kind of funny. But we have to take 1 seam out. So flip it around. That's what I get for just thinking I could just pick it up and make it work. This is my day to seam rip everything. Oh, my watch told me it was time to stand, but little does my watch know I need to sit and seam rip. So, oh, the other thing I'm gonna work on is ages ago I bought this book called Toes in the Sand from Jaybird Quilts. It uses it's a hexagon ruler, and Phyllis and I talked about doing it as a block of the month, but it meant everybody had to buy a tool and all that stuff, and so I thought it would be, and I was really into the science. There was one that used the same tool. Had science in the name of it. I loved it. I've sold it. I don't have that quilt anymore. Or I gave it away, one or the other. It's like, but there was one, the other one is the garden, somebody's garden, and that used the same tool. And I thought, Phyllis and I talked about it again, doing it, and there wasn't a lot of interest. Louise was interested in it at one point, I remember that, and I reached out to her because, do you think I could find my book? I cleaned, shocker, it's in here somewhere, and I'm gonna find it after I borrow Louise's book to make it, but the name of it just fits my show, go figure, Toes in the Sand, but I just want to play around with it. I just think I loved it at the time, and I got reintroduced to it because I follow on Instagram the designer. I don't know what her name is. That's horrible of me. Okay, so now let's put this. I always do this. Okay, so it goes like this, and this one goes like this. That means this one's got to go. No. How do I do this? There we go. Man, I don't know why the pinwheel is like the hardest thing for me. All right, so now I'm going to sew this seam right here. But I want to sew with these seams up. Well, maybe it doesn't matter. Match this corner. And here we go. But basically, the way that block of the month went was you did it over 6 months. There were 12, or no, you did, there were 24 blocks. You did it over a year, and each month you did 2 blocks. And cutting out the hexagons, and she did it from all these scraps of green. I don't know what I'm gonna do it in. Blues probably, blue and white maybe. All right, let's just see now. There we go. Da-da-da. You guys, we are good. We are so good. So, there we go. Probably should stick that pin right. It was just matching it there, but I'm going to stick the pin right through that hole right there. Through that right there. I'm not going to be as cavalier since I've been ripping out all morning. Alright, match this corner up. There we go. Peter's moved into his office across the hall from me. Says my machine is a little loud. Shocker. So I have to rearrange things on the shelf so I can shut the sliding glass door. I told him to get noise canceling headphones. But, which we have. I wear them, sort of. Now by pressing these blocks, pressing the seams before to the same side, to the same way, okay? They will now whirl in the center, so the center should lie flat, and hopefully it meets correctly. We'll see. We shall see. So I'm going to show you what that means briefly. First thing you do is you take, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. You take the stitches out that lead down to it, but you don't break them off, because Gayleen, I think I said her name right, is the one who said, then when the quilt's washed the first time, this thread makes a knot and you don't ever get a hole in the center. So I just whip that out there. Then when it gets pressed flat, then I press them all the same way. So this will go this way, and then this will open up. Look, it just opens right up. Well, right there, because I put this in there. And it makes the same shape in the center. So I'll go press it. I'll bring it back and show you. You get, well, there's all little threads there, but you get a nice little pinwheel in the center. I ripped that one one out. There's a little thread, which I'm going to pull off. One little thread to clip here, but look, nice and flat in the center. There we go, and you can see the pinwheel in the center. Yeah, I could cut those extra threads off, but they're not adding. I mean, the little tails like this, I could clip them off, and then it would look more like the actual pinwheel. I just didn't clip them. It's kind of messy doing it after. Maybe it'll look more that way to you, but I see them. So I'm going to clip the corners here. I should measure it, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to put it up. I'll square these up. All right, let's put this baby up on the design wall. And then I will tip it so that you can see it. I'm going to save these bigger pieces. And I want to pull out the stuff to show you what's coming up as far as the blocks go. But let me just get this trash in the trash. I don't want too much on my floor. Too much picking up. All right. Tip you down. Get the cords out of the way. Remove the box. Wrong way. There you go. All right, there it is. I'm going to turn those lights off right there. I think it'll make it easier to see. Not so much glare. All right, what do you think? What do you think? Oh, you have 2 more weeks. You did it full time. Wow, that's amazing. All right, so there's the block done. Pretty cool. So my little pirate's over here. So those of you who weren't on last time, there's my pirate. With his little, yeah, I'll tip it up better. Little shark pants. I'm gonna bring you in. Let's see. You guys, there's the block a little closer. There's my little pirate. All right. I don't have anything else on my design wall. I have Michelle's. Oh, so glad you love it. I have Michelle's quilt on my long arm. I'll finish that up this afternoon. Get it to her. So we just did 13. I'm gonna pull out the next block. Somehow I'm missing 14. Oh no, we just did 14. Not 13, we just did 14. Here's 15. This is next week's block. And I'm going to do this one 12 too, I think. Because it's got a lot of pieces in it. I actually may redraft it. If you go to her website, not her blog, she's done it different ways. Like she's changed up the colorways a bunch and combined blocks. So for example, this piece right here where it is a flying geese, she's made it a solid rectangle. So she's done different things with the, oh, it's so weird, different things with the block. So, and then we'll be on to some more smaller ones. But anyway, that's the way it goes. I also printed out someone that was an alternative. Oh, an alternate block for 18 because I love the lilies. I love that one. But we're not there yet. Maybe we'll get freed up and back. But Sharon told me because about that the church isn't even thinking about anything till July. So I haven't heard anything. And I'm going to reach out and probably the next week or so. I didn't reach out because I knew, oh, thank you, Laura. I didn't think it would make a difference. I mean, it's not going to change anything. So I haven't done that yet. And So that's the scoop on that. And oh, I was going to show you, this is the, so this is what this person did. I'm trying to find them online. And I'll do some more searching after, because it's been around a while, because I don't know if it's still around. If it is, I'll tell you how to get it. But they did proportional dimensions, which is really kind of cool. And so, anyway, and then they've given me pictures of all the signal flags, which you can find online super easily. I did it. Here's pictures of the, oh, I'll just show you everything. Here's the pictures of, this is the lighthouses, the Chesapeake lighthouses. This is the, linden tree designs. Anyway, this is the lighthouse, the boat, and the compass rose. Then I'm going to do this as a class up at Bits and Pieces. I'm going to talk to Liz, Sharon, and I are going to do a road trip tomorrow, and go up there. They're open, and I'm going to talk to her about it. Halloween fabric, kind of cool. So, but anyway, so she'll give me the pattern, the fabric to make it, because it has to come from her store. So I need like 6. I'm going to take it with me. Clearly, she gave me the quilt pattern. It was the plan all along. So put my name on it, and so get all the fabric for it. It takes 16 fat quarters for Boo and her bows. So they switch off the bows and the boos, and then black for the eyes and mouth, and off-white. Anyway, a lot of the stuff I have, but and Lord knows I have Halloween fabric. So not as much as you, Sharon, though. So anyway, that is the scoop. That's what's going on. I hope you guys have an awesome week. Next week we'll do another block. I should have some of the signal flags up next week on the design wall, because I'm going to get those going first before this week, and so I should have them up for you to see. And this is really growing my Moda Blockhead blocks. I love it. I'm totally in love with it. I love the colorways. And I think by sticking the, adding some more, I'm just dropping that down lower, adding some more that are denser might make that Lone Star that looked so horrible work. Anyway, all right, you guys, take care. Have an awesome week. And, oh, last but not least, I keep saying last thing. I have a flash drive. Jessica edited the pirate video, me making the pirate, and that will go up on YouTube. It's curved piecing more, and there's not too many curved pieces in it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. There's only 4 curved pieces in that little pirate. And the cool thing about that pattern is they reuse all the body parts. So once you learn how to make a body, you can make a bunch of them. And the faces, I think they're all sort of done the same too. So I'm going to look for some different fabrics to make this a racially diverse quilt. And I'm going to do up all the characters and set it up. And the pirate I'm going to use in the show. I'm going to figure out how to make him on a pirate map. X marks the spot, so he can. But the other ones I'm going to do for the big quilt. But Pirate Man, he's just going to be there. So anyway, have an awesome week, you guys. Talk to you next Tuesday, 10 o'clock. PT's only on Thursday now. All right, you guys. Take care.